Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL, the only channel on YouTube dedicated to teaser bets in the NFL. Andrew Chang on my right here. I'm Daniel Saludo, and we are taking you through Week 4 of the 2020 NFL season. And we have up in the early afternoon the Cleveland Browns taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are the favorite in this game at -4.5, and your total is 56, the big number of 56. So Cleveland would get teased up to +10.5, and Dallas would get teased across the zero to +1.5. Your over gets teased down to 50, and your under gets teased up to 52. So I think this is like the fourth or fifth game now that has a teaser under of over 60.
I like it. Well, do I?
Do you really?
I don't really like these teams per se.
Me neither. Me neither.
Probably a game that I would avoid in the noon game, but
I would.
Been asking around, and a lot of people think, well, I like to think that a lot of people think that the Browns aren't as bad as they say they are, even though I think they're pretty terrible. And if you tease them to
10.5.
+10.5, I don't know, man. Dallas is Dallas. You just don't know what you're gonna get. It was, I think, pretty impressive what they put up against Seattle last week, but man, against the Browns, man,
Some of that falls on Seattle because Seattle didn't have a lot of their secondary. It's kind of the same thing that happened to Detroit. The difference is you have Russell Wilson on the other side. But, you bring up a good point that, Dallas was in the end able to put up a lot of points. Mm-hmm. And so that would make you think maybe they have a better chance at this because, I kind of have both of these teams as overrated, but maybe Cleveland maybe a little bit worse, I would think. Maybe. Because Cleveland was able to put up a lot of points against Washington and Cincinnati. Now, both of those teams are bad. So the wonder is, does Cleveland get enough points on the board?
I think they will. I don't think Cleveland is that bad, which is crazy, and I know what I'm leading myself into here is that I kind of like Cleveland at +10.5.
Yeah, really.
It's crazy, but Dallas is Dallas, man. I think Russell Wilson, that first play when he got on the field was a pick six, right? And actually, if you watch the game, if DK Metcalf didn't pull up Deshaun Jackson, they would have been up by 6 already, which is actually I think that was like the regular line. So a lot of people might have lost on that, but they got it back at the end. So, it just kind of all balances out. I feel like the Browns can keep scoring with the Cowboys. I think it'll be a close game, to be honest. So
I think you might be right. And I kind of was leaning towards Dallas just because I expect them to win the game, but it's
But you
hard.
realize you're betting on the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, that's the hard part. But then the other side is you're betting on
the
Cleveland
Browns. I know.
And the Browns can be just as terrible as any other bad team there is. So I don't know. It's and I don't like any of the totals.
Okay,
I hate the totals.
Just to kind of help balance it out a little bit, do you think the Washington defense is better than the Dallas defense?
Not really. No, it's probably slightly worse.
Okay, so slightly worse, right?
Yeah.
And Cleveland did put up some pretty good points on Washington. Slightly worse, albeit.
Yeah.
Right? But I just know. Okay, you got Zeke, Dak, which I really don't like. CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, I don't like because he's on my fantasy. But looking at the Browns, we have OBJ, who has been pretty quiet this whole season.
Yep.
You also have Kareem Hunt. You have Chubbzilla. And Baker Mayfield hasn't been really impressive. He's just overrated. Both the QBs are overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll kind of mostly agree with that. But I have a really hard time trusting Cleveland. I just do. But you're putting me back and forth just because I have a hard time trusting Cleveland, but then I have a hard time trusting Dallas, but I don't like any of these totals.
And then you can't trust any of these teams to do what they're supposed to do for the totals.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of in a quagmire. Just
Because
what do we bet?
Okay, so 50 is a lot of points on an over, but both teams can score, yet 62 is a big number as an under, and yet both teams can really score if put to it. So
reference this Thursday night game, which we just aired. Two of the worst teams in the NFL, arguably.
yeah.
The Denver Broncos and New York Jets. Smashed the over without the teaser line.
Yeah, but that's different because the teaser under was 49, and you know, as I've been saying in the past couple videos, overs have just been destroying everything.
Yeah,
so.
but what were our expectations of these two terrible teams? Like, to be
they're
honest,
low scoring, but they're terrible teams. These two aren't terrible teams. They're overrated, but they can still score. They still have good offense. So 50, man, to have a over 50 is a lot, dude. Just think about that for a minute. And this isn't like KC Baltimore.
okay, granted.
So I mean, Cleveland could easily take a dump.
Hopefully
could.
not by 10.5 points, but they could.
They could. I think I'm gonna take the safe play, and I'm gonna so regret this. I'm gonna take Dallas.
Oh, what?
I'm gonna take Dallas. Dallas is good.
Danny.
Dallas is better.
How could you say that in the state of Texas?
I know it's terrible, but I gotta have a better record than you in the end. I think I have to take Dallas just because
Leaving this said, Danny, you better find
I
yourself a
think
host.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I got the rest of this. I think I have to take Dallas just because I consider them the better team. I think and in the end, I'm going to take the better quarterback in this matchup, and Dak is a better quarterback, much better quarterback actually than Baker is right now. So I'm going to take that. I also think Dallas maybe has a slightly better defense, like a quarter step up maybe to a half step up. That's really it. I can't pin it on anything else, and I don't know if Cleveland gets behind early in like the first half like they did against Baltimore. I don't know if they can come back on another kind of potential high scoring team like Dallas can.
Okay.
So I think I have to go with Dallas. The -4.5 teased over to 1 and +1.5 isn't the best value, but you do get across the 4 and the 3, and in case there is like a 23-24 score or a 30-31, you do have the safety of the +1.5. But I think I'm going to run with Dallas. I'm going to just kind of go with the bad gut feeling that this is, and I don't trust the Browns.
It's going to be an interesting Sunday, y'all. Interesting Sunday. So, yeah, I'll take the Browns at +10.5.
Browns 10.5 for Andrew, +1.5 to Dallas for me. So we'll definitely be looking forward to it. Actually, will be a fun game to watch, I think.
I think so. This Thursday night was pleasantly surprising.
Well,
so.
it's Thursday night. I mean, teams are being surprising. There haven't been too many bad games overall, but there are a lot of good games to be coming up this Sunday. I almost said Saturday. This Sunday coming up. But until the next videos that we have coming out, for Andrew Chang, I'm Daniel Saludo. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Subscribe, tick the notification bell, select all. That way you are up to date with all of our videos. But until next time, don't forget to get your bets in. And of course, don't forget to be a tease.